This is a European product.
This is an American product.
It's the same product, with the same name. There's a small difference in color.
So we thought we'd take a deep dive into your comments and see what questions you have about what's generally happening around the European Union and food.
Oh, and yeah, USA versus EU standards were a hot topic on our social media. So let's go.
Let's go. Cheers. Hey, I'm Angelos.
And I'm Hannah. And as one of the European Commission community managers, I always try to find the best comments from our socials to read out loud right here. So let's have a look. Don't mess with EU rules. We don't want any US poisoned food or agricultural products in the EU. To be clear, the EU doesn't mess with food rules. We set the gold standard. And the EU doesn't just let in food from outside the EU. That's why you see this difference. We have different safety rules for food compared to other parts of the world. For example, we ban or restrict pesticides and chemicals that the US still allows. Basically, if science shows a risk to our health, we act. We act before the food reaches the shelf. That's why many foods and farming practices allowed in other regions of the world are not allowed here.
Yeah, exactly. And to be fair, we got a lot of questions from you about many other countries. For example, how is the food from Brazil? Or how safe is more food from Morocco? The EU imports vast quantities of foods from China and India. Well, it's not exactly, that easy. We have something that is called maximum residue levels, which basically are the maximum levels of residues of pesticides that we can accept on food without harming human health. The allowed levels of pesticides are set at very low levels to ensure our food is really, really safe. The EU countries test these levels, and food that does not respect them is not allowed to enter the European Union. Okay, let's read another comment. The EU climate change scam is destroying the food industry. Okay. Destroying? Don't you think by switching to smarter, cleaner methods that save water, soil, and money, we are building a resilient and safer food chain? Isn't it great to have less waste and a planet that doesn't fry our crops?
Oh, and on the brighter side, rather than dwelling on impending disaster, we went outside and we asked you what you think about food in the EU.
Okay, I have them on to here. Wait a second. All right.
All right. What is your favorite food?
Croissant and stuff like that.
Actually, I cook pasta every day, probably.
I would say pasta.
Pizza, for example, or sushi, yes.
So I do like a lot Mediterranean food, of course.
I love Belgian fries because I'm from Belgium.
Okay, which country in Europe do you think has the best food?
France.
Probably Italy.
Italian dishes, but I also say Germany.
And do you think the food inside the European Union is rather safe?
Yeah, I guess it's more safe than in other countries. Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
I don't want to buy products who are not from Europe because they don't have the same restriction.
No, I do trust our rules, and when I go into the supermarket, I assume it's safe. I don't assume it's healthy necessarily because that's something else, right? But I do assume that it's safe.
I feel confident. I never have a doubt of it when I buy some food.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you very much. That was it.
See, we do appreciate good food here. Oh, and by the way, one thing that I saw and that we want to discuss was this comment. Why do some companies send substandard versions of their products, especially food, to poorer countries in Eastern Europe? So you mean that time the big brands got caught selling discount versions of the same products in Eastern Europe? Yeah, that did happen. But the EU didn't just sit back. After tests showed things like using cheaper sweeteners in Slovakia or fish fingers with less fish in Hungary, the EU banned dual food quality outright. Now, companies face fines of up to 4% of their sales if they pull this stunt.
Yeah, and I have another comment here. It says, why do you allow the products of countries with less than half of the production costs to be imported and sold in Europe, driving product prices down for European farmers who, due to your policies, have a production cost that allows them to barely make a living? Should I take this one?
Oh, you can go ahead.
Okay. First, let me be clear. Yes, there is competition and it's tough. But simple imports also mean affordable food for millions of Europeans. So the real question isn't why we allow imports, but actually it's how do we help our farmers compete fairly. So that's why pretty much the EU spends almost 55 billion euro on the Common Agricultural Policy, or as CAP. So the EU provides funding for going greener and for using clean energy, extra money and loans for new farmers under 40, so our farms and countryside continue to live on. And the CAP actually provides a reduction on gas costs and bills. So pretty much without CAP, many farms wouldn't survive. And I have also to mention that our trade deals help farmers export a ton. I mean, our trade surplus in agriculture is still enormous. Go check it out by yourself, because after all, I mean, everyone loves our European food.
Speaking of standards, do you see this? PDO, Protected Designation of Origin, which is an EU label that establishes requirements for labeling traditional food. For example, grana padano must come from Italy, feta must come from Greece, and so on. There's also the Geographical Indications label, the GI, which is more flexible. Basically, only one key step, like production or processing, needs to happen in the region. These labels not only protect the heritage of food culture, but they also help consumers recognize more easily and to choose the real deal over imitation foods. And by the way, this Gouda, or deze gouden kaas, is really nice. Here in Belgium, we like to dip it in some mustard and some ground pepper or celery salt.
That's fancy, actually.
This is my favorite bar snack.
All right. Okay, I will try it afterwards. But okay, people, I mean, that was you asked. And again, we will continue to check your comments non-stop.
Yep, for sure.
We hope you like this video.
And tell us in the comments which topic you want us to do next. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. You know the drill.
See you on the next one. Bye.